When I was a kid, I spent more time looking through the rule and army books than actually playing the game. I always wanted to paint my miniatures to that quality and in that style, which back in the day was advertised as heavy metal. That style still exists today, but not with these colors. I recently came across the YouTube channel Green Goblin, where Will paints miniatures to that perfect retro style of the 90s. I mean, just look at it, it's amazing. I was inspired and I was wondering if I could also do that. And that's a really good painting exercise. So thankfully Will describes the process of these smooth colors in great detail and shares the recipes. I actually own quite a couple of really old models, which I got from a 20-year-old collection. There were some true treasures in the buyout. Since you already saw the thumbnail, it's pretty clear what I'm searching for. It's this 20-year-old Terminator. I'm not sure from what year it is, there's no production year noted on the bottom of the base. Should you know the year, please leave me a comment. Maybe it's not a child from the 90s, but we'll at least paint it in that style. Let's look at some retro miniature art for inspiration. These are so smooth, just perfection. The first one is from the heavy metal team, the others two are from Will's Instagram. If you haven't already, follow him on Instagram, his work is incredible. Clear, vibrant colors, contrast, precise recess shading and the highlights in a thin line at the edges. Those have many passes of highlights to the tips of the miniature edges. When you zoom out, these crisp lines just make the eye read the armor of the miniature perfectly. It has depth, but at the same time reads as one smooth color. To nail these edges as perfect as this is going to be the main challenge of this project. Let's see at the end of the video how many hours I'm going to spend painting this mini to perfection. As for the color scheme, I'll try to follow Will's recipe for this vibrant red, so the Terminator will be painted in Blood Angels colors like this one. It's finally time to put some paint on this mini. Before we start, we'll strip the paint with ISO and end up with this. Part of the classic 90s style of heavy metal painting was the iconic green base, only decorated with plain sand painted green. So I mimicked that as much as possible and primed the mini white. This way we have a clear base color to paint the red on. I don't own any 20-year-old paints, so modern acrylics have to do. I found out that there are some really good matches already in my collection. We start with Citadel's Evil Sunz Red, thin it down with water and apply a very thin layer on the entire armor of the Terminator. The base of most of the armor is finished, but how to proceed next? I'm not really sure about the helmet and the bolter at this point. I'm striving to reach perfection on this project, so we'll need to make more detailed plans concerning the color scheme. When in doubt, sketch it out. The armor stays like this of course, but the head will be blue to contrast the red, and the bolter as well as the shield are going to be yellow. That's the 90s equivalent of gold, I guess. Lenses, eyes and LEDs will be greenish, maybe bluish, we'll see later. The shoulder decoration is going to be black, as well as the other parts on the bolter that should normally be metallic. The base will be in the classic, vibrant goblin green. A solid plan, let's get back to the painting desk. Let's continue with the red base coat. And after that is cured, time for another coat and another one. First thing I learned is when it comes to smooth, even coats of paint, thin the paint, like a lot, and apply as many coats as needed. Patience is key. After every pass, the armor gets a smoother finish. Time to block in the black parts of the mini. Next color is going to be yellow, so every mistake made with black will be corrected with white, so the next layer can truly shine. The yellow will be later shaded with orange to create the glorious 90s gold effect we're looking for. Before we move on, let's tackle the base. I'm sure I'll mess up the red when painting the green, so better get it done now before further shading or highlights. Much better. a classic, immediately fills me with happy memories of the 90s. With most of the Terminator now base coated, time for some recess shading to start creating depth. Instead of using a wash, we'll go for precision with Citadel Mephiston Red. This way the previous layer stays the same and is not tinted, for example, by a wash of Nile oil or something. You can already see the effect on the entire red armor. The first shade layer created more definition. Next up, the second layer. For this I will continue to follow Will's recipe to create a mix of red and green to create a dark reddish color and apply it on the same recesses as before. And as you see here, the armor is much more pronounced now. Enough shading for now. Time for the good stuff, the highlights. We mix orange and red and apply the lighter color to all the edges, no exceptions. And this is truly precision work. So here we are with the armor fully highlighted with our mix. But we are just beginning with our highlights. Next up, pure orange, and this time we only highlight horizontal edges. The horizontal edges, in theory, will gather more light and thus be brighter. After that is done, another pass only on the corners to create these perfect edges the heavy metal style of the 90s is known for. This brings me to the big lessons learned for this project. Not only is this precision work perfect practice for brush control, but it also taught me a lot about edge highlights. Just look at these two comparison shots. Left is before and the right is after the final highlights we just did. All these passes on the edges, they are just worth it. The same procedure as done on the armor will now be done on pretty much all the other colors. Let's speed this up a bit. First black, the shoulder decoration for example. 5 easy steps. Base, shade, general highlights, horizontal edges and then the corners. Same with yellow. And afterwards, the shield. If you like this video so far, why not hop on the Paint Quest train for more fun videos like this. I have weird experiments, kit bashes or paint challenges in the making. And next up, for example, a video where I paint a mini with nothing else but a toothpick. Next up, the seal. And finally, the helmet. After painting the eyes, I call this a mighty hero of the 90s finally done. What a rewarding project this was. I can finally call one of these heavy metal masterpieces my own, and this is so cool. You should also try this. I learned a lot from this project and I can only recommend you giving it a go. Try it, everyone can have a palette cleanser like this, and even though it took me over 40 hours to complete it. Don't forget to check out Will's Instagram, and while you have the app open, look at mine as well. If you liked this experiment, you might also like this video here I did a while back, where I painted a miniature with nothing else but a sponge. What can I say? Very surprising results.